Welcome back. In this video, we'll walk you through the final step of the Procure-to-Pay P2P cycle, making a payment to the vendor against a booked bill. In our previous video, we demonstrated how to receive and book a vendor bill, specifically from Caterpillar, Thailand. Now, it's time to initiate the payment against that bill using the Pay Bill application in the ERP system. To begin the payment process, we'll navigate to the Pay Bill application. Here, we'll add a new payment entry. The payment date and accounting period are auto-filled, but they can be adjusted if needed. Next, we'll select the payment mode. In this case, we're choosing bank. Then, we'll choose the bank or cash account from which the payment will be made. Let's go ahead and select the appropriate bank account. Now, we'll select the vendor, in this case, Caterpillar, whose bill we are paying. The vendor's currency is displayed automatically. We can also assign a relevant cost center and define the reference type and reference number, for example, using the bank reference for this transaction. These values can be selected from the drop-downs or entered manually, as per your setup. Assuming this transaction is happening today, we'll keep today's date and enter a brief narration. For example, payment made against vendor bill. Once all details are filled in, we'll simply save the payment entry. Now let's move to the second stage, linking the vendor bill we want to clear. Click the Add button to select the relevant bill. In this case, we're selecting a bill with a base currency value of 888,000, which was booked earlier. Once the bill is selected, we'll enter the payment amount. You have the option to either pay the full amount or make a partial payment. Keep in mind, the bill was originally raised in USD. However, the payment will be made in the base currency after conversion. For this example, we'll proceed with a partial payment, meaning we're not clearing the entire bill right now. We'll enter this amount to reflect the portion of the bill being settled in this transaction. The remaining balance can be paid later, or we could have chosen to clear the full amount in one go. But for this example, we are demonstrating a partial payment. You can also add a narration or remarks to document any relevant information regarding this payment. Once done, simply save the bill details. If there were multiple bills from the same vendor, we could add and process them together. However, since we're focusing on just one bill in this demonstration, we'll proceed with that. Now, we click on the Process Bill button. The system automatically generates the accounting entries. In this case, accounts payable is debited with the payment amount, and the selected bank account is credited. If there are additional charges involved, for example, bank charges or exchange rate differences, we can add those manually. Let's say the bank has charged a fee of 1,500 rupees for this transaction. We'll enter this as a debit under the appropriate bank charges account. If required, we can also add entries for currency fluctuation, whether it's a gain or loss. After updating all entries, we ensure that the total debits and credits match. For example, if we adjusted the original amount to 376,500 rupees, both sides must reflect this value accurately. Once the entries are balanced, we save the transaction. Now we're ready to post this payment in the ledger. After verification, simply click the Post button. This completes the payment process. The vendor bill is now partially cleared, and the remaining amount can be paid later as needed. And that's it. We've successfully demonstrated how to make a vendor payment against a booked bill in the ERP system, including partial payments and additional charges. This completes the Procure-to-Pay cycle, purchase order, material receipt, vendor bill booking, payment processing. Thank you for watching. For more ERP tutorials and walkthroughs, stay tuned and don't forget to check out the full training series.